Hello friends and subscribers. Just another brief video for you. This is a Socko rifle, fin bear, an early fin bear. I had this rifle once very early in the channel, and it was a video that among several others that was deleted by you-know-who. And this is a Socko custom rifle in caliber called 300 Phoenix. And yes, that is a long barrel. It's a 32-inch barrel. It's a stainless steel barrel. It's it's quite a heavy piece of pipe on it. These early Sockos, a lot of nickel in the steel, which when the bluing is applied gives a bit of a purple cast to the metal. That's a unique signature of high nickel content, is this kind of a plum color. Some of the early Rugers, Model 77s, were quite purple, and Husqvarnas, but this is a Wildcat caliber that was developed by the MacMillan company, I would say in the early 1990s, as a response to a request by the U.S. military for a cartridge that was more powerful than the 300 Winchester Magnum, but less powerful than the 50 Browning machine gun round. So what we have here on the left cartridge is a 416 Rigby, which is the parent cartridge to the 300 Phoenix. In the center is a 300 Phoenix, and on the right is a 300 Norma Magnum, which I believe has been adopted by the U.S. military. However, at the time of the 300 Phoenix development, the goal was to have a 250 grain bullet at 3,000 feet a second out of a 24-inch barreled gun. And apparently the MacMillan company couldn't make that happen for a variety of reasons. Ultimately, the project was rejected by the U.S. military, and at the time, the U.S. military adopted the 338 Lapua round, which has become quite famous. So the 300 Phoenix is quite a challenging wildcat. You'll see here that there are 4 forming dies and a final full-length sizing die and a seat die. To change the 416 Rigby case into the 300 Phoenix, which then in itself has to be fire formed in the chamber to reach final form. So it's quite a challenging wildcat. It's a worthwhile wildcat from some standpoints. However, the 300 Norma would definitely be the way to go nowadays. Less case capacity, within 10% of the same performance of the 300 Phoenix. This rifle, I had it made up so that I could shoot bullets in the 240 to 250 grain 30 caliber range. And as a result, I ended up using 2 different bullet weights a 250 grain Hornady A-tip, which is not here. Here on the right is a 240 grain Sierra hollow point boat tail match. And for comparison's sake, there is a 212 grain Hornady 30 caliber bullet and a 190 grain 30 caliber Sierra bullet. This particular rifle, the barrel has a 1 in 9 twist, and I put on a 32-inch barrel with the idea that I would see how much velocity I could salvage from the powder. I've equipped the rifle with a Hawk ED scope. It's a 10 to 50 power. I don't think you see these scopes in America very much. They're made in Great Britain. It's a company that makes rifle scopes primarily for air rifles. So these rifles, or rather these scopes can take a lot of pounding, because an air rifle is extremely hard on reticles. These scopes are relatively economical compared to a similar powered scope like a Night Force or a Steiner or something similar. Has an illuminated reticle. The large hand wheel is for your parallax. And these scopes are excellent value, and it was something I was attracted to at the time. This rifle, I shoot left, so I've had to put an improvised cheek piece on it. And what's not clearly recognizable here is this MacMillan stock has an integral, you can see the accordion style recoil pad. There's actually a shock absorbing system in the stock to take some of the recoil away. And the powders I have most success with are quite slow. Hodgson's H870, which is recently back into production. You can see this old bottle, it's $13. You can imagine how old that is. Hodgson's H5010, which I believe is discontinued. I've had good success with US 869, which is made for 300 Remington Ultramag and 338 Lapua and 3378. If we can zoom in on that. That's an excellent powder for this, and of course I've had good success with Hodgson's Rotumbo. This is really slow powders that are required for these heavy 30 caliber bullets. This rifle, my testing so far has me a little over 3,000 feet a second with a 250 grain bullet, which would have met the US military specifications at the time, but this is in a 32-inch barrel. I doubt that's possible in a 24 or 26-inch barrel. I can't really recommend this this cartridge or this Wildcat as is something viable for someone starting out in long range, because the ammunition is so difficult to form. It's so challenging to make this ammunition when something like the 300 Norma is available. But for me, I sometimes like doing things the hard way, and I find it really very rewarding to form ammunition for something as obscure as this. And I enjoy using this rifle for 1,000-yard and beyond shooting. It's profoundly accurate, profoundly precise, and it's right now it's capable of groups in around the 1.5 inch to As small as 1¼ inch groups at 300 yards, and I've shot groups as small as 3½ inches at 500 yards. So it's quite an accurate rifle. I hope this is something you enjoy, and thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.